I got it wrong. We never had a chance.
You want one?
Are you seeing this?
We got twins! Twins!
They're combining. Go faster.
Let's ride.
So, just got back from seeing Twisters, and I have to say, I was kind of surprisingly enjoyed this movie. And a lot of you younger people may not remember, but Twisters is actually a sequel to the hit movie Twisters, which came out in 1996. Now, I remember when the original Twister came out, that movie was so huge. It was actually one of the first movies that used like CGI graphics in a movie. And they had the most iconic scene from there that a lot of people from the remember from the 90s remember. Let me show you.
I gotta go, Julia. We got cows. Another cow.
And R.I.P. Bill Paxton. I loved him in the original Twister. Now, this movie basically starts off starring a couple different, has a couple different storylines. The movie follows really two to three main characters. Kate, she is a pretty much a genius when it comes to atmospheric weather and tornadoes. So she tries to develop a device which can go into a tornado to see how it works. Because the thing that I love about this movie is that they show you like no one really knows. They know how the tornado forms, but they don't really know how like it dissipates and ends. And so the invention that she was trying to create basically dissipates a tornado. And so in order to use said device, she has to be in the eye of the tornado. So in the very beginning of the movie, her friends embark upon releasing this device into the tornadoes, and it backfires, and basically all her friends die. Fast forward 5 years later, one of her friends that survives hits her up and say, "Hey, I know things didn't work out, but I have a new device that will really help us into act and find out why these tornadoes are so strong and why they keep ripping through everything." Because now 5 years later, a string of tornadoes are ripping through Oklahoma like crazy. And that's when you insert Tyler Owens, played by Glenn Powell's character, who is a tornado chaser, and he is like a cowboy chaser tornado guy, and he's like a YouTuber, and he has this hippie, like kind of free loving, but cowboy roughneck vibe. But he's actually a very intelligent person. But they come together to basically see how these tornadoes are coming together and destroying the town while using her device in order to kind of stop these twisters from forming. And there's another other like little side plot in there, but I'm not gonna go into that. But I have to say, I was highly impressed by this movie. I will say the running time is 2 hours and 2 minutes. I think they could have knocked off like 15 minutes, but I thought it flowed. But there was a point in the movie where it kind of slowed down, and you're like, we really don't need to see this. But I thought Daisy Edgar Jones and Glenn Powell played well together. I really liked their chemistry together. It was like they had this kind of, they were both very intelligent individuals. Even though Glenn Powell's character came out as this kind of YouTube celebrity cowboy chasing tornadoes, he was very articulate and he was very smart. And she was already a borderline genius. And when they come together to really help one another, it's kind of when the movie really shines. And the graphics to me in the movie were amazing. Like it kind of reminded me, take me back to 96, because in 96, that's when a lot of movies started using like CGI graphics, like what I showed you, like with that cow. Like that's why that movie was so huge, because we had really never seen graphics like that, like in 96 and the 90s. Like we had seen little cheesy things, but that was like one of the first big like scenes for movies for like using CGI. And so a lot of this movie, this budget was crazy. And I'm just hoping they make a lot of money, because I'm not pretty sure it's not going to be another sequel, but I really want them to make a lot of money, because next week Deadpool and Wolverine come out. So that they're going to have the box office locked. So Twister has to make all their money this week. But all in all, I enjoyed the movie, especially after watching the original. I probably have to go back and rewatch the original. I did see it in '96, but like I said, the premise was pretty much the same, but a little bit different. It was like a little darker, kind of with her friends passing and her being the only survivor with two of them. But Glenn, really love Glenn Powell's character. To me, he really was like the star, obviously, of this. He's Glenn Powell becoming a very good actor, and he's starting to be a very successful actor, so I say, and he kind of made this movie, to be honest with you. So highly recommend this movie. Like I said, it comes out this Friday. Go check it out. All right, drop those comments when you do go see this movie.